Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Sridhar Kalyanasundaram, consultant neonatologist, and we have with us Dr. Mandar Bichu, who is a renowned author, and he's authored a book on right parenting. He's a pediatrician who currently works at Zuleika Hospital. And welcome, Dr. Mandar. Thank you for coming. And regarding the question today, I have a very important topic which will help the parents of toddlers, which is toilet training. So, can you give us an overview of how you would approach and what suggestions you have for families?
I would say that when we are approaching toilet training, let's look at it as three R's. The first R is recognizing the readiness of the child. The second R is the relaxed approach. And the third R is the routine establishment. So we'll see if we go step by step in this manner, it is very easy to achieve this toilet training. The first and foremost thing is that means recognizing the readiness of that child. So the child by around say 1.5 or so year or so, that is the time usually the child will start giving some indications about the readiness for that. Means either by showing once the baby has passed the stools or urine, they will show or point or show with some gestures, or later on some of them can start saying a few words to denote that they now feel that they are at either they have passed it or they want to pass the stools or urine. So that once we recognize that they are ready for this kind of maneuver, then we start to slowly go about the routine establishment. But in between that R, which is the relaxed approach, that is the most important part, because the what whoever is wanting to establish or start with the toilet training for their kid, just make sure that you understand that individually there are lots of variations in how that child accepts and finally becomes toilet trained. And sometimes means this process can go on very very long. So it can be days, weeks, or months before we achieve it. So if you are relaxed about that whole process, it becomes easier and it prevents a lot of after effects of the very forceful kind of toilet training that some parents indulge in. So that is the relaxed approach. So how do we go about establishing the routines? Again, there are various strategies, but one that I have found particularly useful in my practice, I will be telling you, is that usually we can go about it in 5 steps kind of a approach. So once we decide that the child is ready for being toilet trained, then we either go for means we decide whether we want to start it in a potty or we want to keep the toilet ring to use the same toilet for the smaller kid with some kind of a footrest. So whatever you decide, the steps can go in this kind of manner. That first step is just for that child to get the hang of the situation, that this toilet is one particular area where you need to go daily. So initially just start by taking the child fully clothed. Means no need to remove the whatever diapers or the trainer pants, whatever are there, you need not remove them. You take the fully clothed child, do not associate this with the toilet process at all. Means there is no need for you to take the child when there is a passage of stool or urine. So you just take them to the toilet for a certain amount, say 5-10 minutes. You just make the child sit on that particular receptacle and bring them out. Do that, say, for 5-10 days at a stretch, depending on how you feel the kind of cooperation from your kid, and how your kid is going about it. Once that sitting on that particular potty or receptacle, toilet ring becomes means the child becomes comfortable with that thought process, then you start taking the child there and removing the kind of pants when you are reaching there. Again, do this for next few days. Here again, you have not really associated with the passage of stools or urine. So you first familiarized your child. Secondly, you started taking there and taking off the trainer pants or the diaper. In the third step, now you start associating the toilet in the child's mind with the process of urination and stool. So whenever there is a soiled uh, kind of a diaper, that is the time you take the child there, remove that, make sure that you are passing that whatever soiled stuff there, cleaning the child and bringing the child back. So these are the 3 steps now you have done. The first, these kind of 3 steps are just to go through a familiarization kind of a steps, where now you have established in the child's mind that, okay, now this is the place where I am comfortable to sit for a few days, few minutes in a day, every day. This is the place where usually it is associated with stools and urine that I am passing. And then in the fourth step, you start to actively take the child there, remove the means you can decide a time which now you know that, okay, this is the time at which usually the child passes the stool or urine. Take the child there, remove the pants, or and tell the child to sit there and try to pass. Again, give the same kind of duration. This particular step is achieved. The next step is that you have to tell the child that, okay, now you start to feel the impulse. You yourself, you can go, you can sit, you can pass, and do that process. So this will be the 5-step kind of a process. Obviously, coupled with that, you train the child for cleaning and the hand washing afterwards. So when you are teaching the cleaning methods, make sure that it is from front to back kind of a cleaning which is happening, and to avoid the infections in any form. And uh, this fixing of a water jet in the toilet often helps in cleaning. And those who are comfortable with the toilet papers, then you have to uh, those kind of uh, trainings can be given to the child. And main thing, as I said, that it is a process which can take different kind of durations for different children. So most importantly, be relaxed and go about it in a systematic manner. Accept that means this control is not going to be absolute immediately. There will be some accidents, and this will over a period, the child will become more and more proficient and confident in this kind of a thing. So I think this is the brief outline of toilet training that I can offer to the parents.
Thank you. So it's very helpful. Regarding the summer, I mean, the common problem we face is constipation and toilet training. So we say that when a child is constipated, don't add another stress. So wait for the constipation to be treated. Understand constipation is a separate topic which we'll be discussing in the channel soon with the gastroenterologist. So in terms of toilet training, we should make sure that there are no other stressors. So again, arrival of a new sibling might coincide, and that might be a stressful period for the child. So avoid starting toilet training or pushing the child. And the other factor I think is sometimes they regress a bit, isn't it? So it's a kind of behavior where they...
Exactly, yeah. Many of them are, in fact, in a way, they get fixated to that entire process. Many of them will not be comfortable of somebody standing there looking at that process. They will send the adult outside, then
Yes.
they will be there. Some of them will refuse to remove the nappies for a long time. They will just be sitting there wanting to pass the stools in the toilet, but still wearing the nappy. So there will be different kinds of children. Again, the maturity level and the individuality of the child and the personality of the child will make a lot of kind of impact on this process. So that's the thing. So again, harping on the same theme, that the most important thing is the relaxed approach, and to accept that this is a process which can take long, because
And you have
that's the
to...
thing, that in the current modern kind of urban mindset, the control part becomes sometimes, especially the time control part, becomes very important. So that is something which I would like people to avoid.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was very helpful. And again, do subscribe and share. I hope you have useful information from this video.